Hello and welcome back to Tutoring with Gavin. This series of video tutorials are specifically aimed at students who are revising the transactional or non-fiction writing section of the exam. In this video, I'll be looking at the film review, providing you with top tips on how to get a grade 9 in your English language exam. Tip 1. Research and practice. In preparation for the review in your mock or external exam, you should watch the film you're choosing at least twice and do some research on the director, actors and writers with information about why they chose to make this movie. Write a few versions of the review, getting feedback from teachers, friends and family. You wouldn't go into an exam without having revised your Shakespeare play, so don't turn up on the day and expect to write a grade 9 review without preparing in advance. Tip 2. The main purpose of a movie review is to inform the reader about the film and its ideas. That means telling them about the most important and interesting things about the movie. In other words, you must also entertain your reader, so don't just reel off everything you can think of about the film. Tip 3. Share your opinion, as long as you can justify this with valid reasons. There are varying degrees of criticism, from balanced to vindictive. Try to find somewhere in between that will entertain the reader, but maintain fairness. If you said, "This is the worst film I've ever seen," it would probably be dismissed as hyperbole, because in reality, you have probably seen worse. Tip 4. Assume your reader has never seen the movie before, and use this review as an opportunity to share some fascinating and insightful information to others, making it detailed enough for the reader to make a decision whether to watch or purchase. Tip 5. Write a well-structured outline of your review before you start writing so that you don't leave anything important out, and so that it flows naturally from point to point. This must include a great heading and opening to hook your reader and should include director, plot, and cast. It could also include dialogue, locations, music, historical accuracy, any controversy surrounding the movie, originality, cinematography, costume, makeup, or special effects. Tip 6. Beginnings are always the hardest. Your tone is very important. The best way to develop your review voice is to practice. Eventually you will find it and you will feel comfortable using it every time to write a review. Here is an example of how to open your review. Never, rarely, sometimes, always review. Profoundly moving abortion drama, 5 stars. Eliza Hittman's coming-of-age story about a US teenager seeking a termination is heartbreaking and painfully authentic. From Eliza Hittman, the remarkable writer-director of It Felt Like Love and Beach Rats, comes another drama that manages to blend the gritty authenticity of a documentary with the poetic sensibility of pure cinema. In her impressively measured and beautifully understated third feature, Hittman tells of an oft-hidden story of reproductive rights, an age-old issue that has urgent contemporary relevance. Yet never, rarely, sometimes, always, never feels polemical. On the contrary, it is perhaps best described as a perfectly observed portrait of female friendship, a coming-of-age story with road movie inflections, piercingly honest and deeply affecting. This review by Mark Commode grabs me from the start by using present tense verbs, emotive language, information, ambitious vocabulary, bold statements, and an enthusiastic tone that suggests this is a film I should see. Tip 7. Spoiler alert. Summarize the plot without spoiling the film. For example, this is how Sandy Angelu Chen summarized The Hunger Games. In a distant post-apocalyptic future, North America, now known as Panem, is composed of 12 districts that are controlled by the totalitarian capital. And every year, one boy and one girl from each of the districts are randomly selected to compete in the Hunger Games, a televised battle to the death for the capital's amusement, and as a brutal reminder of the district's failed rebellion. When 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen's younger sister is chosen as one of District 12's representatives, she volunteers to be the tribute in her sister's place. Aided by half-drunk former winner Haymitch, personal stylist Cinna, and fellow tribute Peter, Katniss embarks on an unimaginable journey to emerge as the game's sole victor, even though that means 23 others will have to die. Here we get the genre, setting, present tense, complex sentences, characters with the actors in brackets, a variety of sentence starters, and no spoiler. Tip 8. Provide some kind of analysis in at least one paragraph, whether this is about the story, structure, setting, theme, or characters. Practice doing this on other movies you watch in the months leading up to the exam. Treat the movie as a text in the same way you would a poem, play, or novel. Roger Ebert manages this in a few clever sentences. The deer hunter is said to be about many subjects, about malbonding, about mindless patriotism, about the dehumanizing effects of war, about Nixon's silent majority. It is about any of those things that you choose, if you choose, but more than anything else, it is a heartbreakingly effective fictional machine that evokes the agony of the Vietnam time. Tip 9. Conclusion. This is where you announce whether the filmmaker was successful in his or her purpose, and you have to restate why. Explain how the movie was helpful for providing a deeper understanding of a topic or where it stands in the history of the genre. Alan Evans certainly places gravity in the history of overrated movies. I couldn't care less about scientific inaccuracies, and I don't begrudge Gravity its many awards. The technical wizardry is brilliant, and it's great that the sound mixing team have been recognised. Good job. It's not your fault the film's so dull. But Gravity is the cinematic equivalent of a drum solo. Technical prowess is nice, but it isn't what counts when it comes to entertainment. Great films live or die on the strength of their stories, and Gravity barely even has one. The matter-of-fact tone sums up the lack of excitement in Evans' voice. He acknowledges what did work, but is very clear what didn't, and leaves the reader in no uncertainty about whether you should watch this movie. Tip 10. Make sure you edit and proofread your work. Check in for spellings of names in particular. Don't forget that a large percentage of the marks are for your accuracy and your spelling and your grammar. Well, I hope this has helped. If you would like more tutorials to help you get a great grade, be sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Also, visit my Facebook page for more free resources on this and any other aspects of the GCSE language and literature exams. Until next time.